That's it, back to school. After 2 months of silence, it's finally time to return. So on my end, it wasn't really a vacation. I still spent 2 months thinking a lot and working a lot about what I was going to offer. I have many new things to announce. By the way, you may have noticed I've updated my visual identity a bit. New logo, of course, new season, the beginning of a new story, so the logo is evolving. I've finalized my graphic charter and I'm becoming more professional. I've been on social media for quite a while and I think maybe it's time to start having a bit more professional ambitions. That said, that's just visual identity. I won't change much either. Apparently confident may be good, and this little touch-up of visual identity, it's also to mark the start of the new project and new year in Marsac-sur-Tarn at the new nursery. By the way, since the last time we saw each other, there have been quite a few new buildings, new developments, new things. Here, it's far from finished, but there are quite a few things that I'll talk to you about later in other videos. Regarding the thoughts I've had, I realized there are quite a few topics that I feel like I've already covered pretty thoroughly. You often ask questions for which the answers are in videos that I made afterwards. The problem is these videos are long and answers aren't always easy to find. So one of the things I'm going to do is answer with short videos. Little shorts for most of the interesting comments you make, or at least interesting questions you ask me. And I'm going to use all the content I've already made to extract shorts from it, and hopefully that'll give me more direct, more accessible answers to all the questions you ask. And another new thing that might happen is that I'm going to expand the range of platforms where I publish things. And for that, I also kind of want to have your opinions. But I think I'm going to start a channel on TikTok specifically to publish there. These short videos cover activities in the garden, at the nursery, in the forest garden, and permaculture questions. I might discuss that more later and return to it at the end of the video. On all the networks where new things are going to happen before that. Let's take a look at the new topics that might come up. There are already quite a few new topics that I'm going to cover, but there are also new formats that I'm going to use to share the knowledge I like in these new formats. There will be images, infographics, and tables for that as well. I appreciate your feedback and ask for patience at first. There are several new tools and software I'll use to make these infographics. By the way, you can see one that I've already posted today about the seeds to plant in September. I'm enjoying tinkering with new software, so maybe at first it'll be a bit messy, but I hope as I keep working on it, it'll get more and more fun and quickly, easily understandable. We'll begin with familiar topics before moving to some more original ones. After that, I'll keep posting videos about my daily life as a nurseryman and a permaculturist. I'll share with you some little techniques, some pro tips, at least the ones I use in my job every day. These videos might be a bit shorter than the longer ones I used to make, and as a result, they're videos I could post a bit more regularly. On little tips where each time I'll cover one tip or technique. Besides techniques, I'll discuss the small things you can do now. At one time I used to do the series month by month with all the things to do in that month, but those videos had a lot of things to do in them and came out much more regularly. I'll now post shorter content like infographics, charts, or brief videos with quick tips and ideas you can use right away. For that, I'll take inspiration from my own activities, but I'll also take inspiration from what others are doing, from what we sometimes see in certain magazines, gardening, since I follow quite a few publications, magazines, and books. That way, I can regularly share ideas for things to do with you. That can help all the people who are just starting out and want to do a lot of things in the garden, but who might sometimes lack inspiration. I'll share many ideas and cool activities, plus keep covering a topic you're already somewhat familiar with. It will be everything related to my mistakes, all my little failures, all the times I mess up, and how I use my mistakes to keep making progress. What might change in this topic is that I think I'm also going to visit other nurserymen, other professionals, notice each time the mistakes they make and how they use them to improve. Because the idea is that no matter what level you are at in your practice, mistakes are guaranteed. We make them all the time. And finally, the things that I'm going to develop, I'll go back to a bit. A series that was very popular was the stories about plants, stories about plants. But I'm going to broaden that not just to plants. We'll talk about plants, we'll talk about insects, we'll talk about mushrooms, about soil life, about biodiversity, about nature, in the broadest sense possible. And the idea is to talk to you about all that with a very scientific perspective that's really focused on discovery. I'll share with you the latest scientific discoveries and things that I also discover in my readings on some websites, in books, magazines, or scientific publications, for example. I might occasionally recommend magazines, scientific journals, or websites where you can find interesting information about everything happening in the world, in nature around us, and in everything that I really enjoy. And by doing that, I'll actually go back a bit to the roots of what inspired me in the beginning, the profession I chose, and especially the name. The Garden of Emmervale is written with apostrophes and wonders, because it truly has that sense of wonder. I'm amazed by nature, which is why I do this job. Good idea, it's going to be about trying to amaze you too with everything that's happening around us. And speaking of going back to basics, now be careful, this part is really reserved for insiders, for those who know me well. The feather will return soon. But for that, you'll have to wait until my hair, grow enough. So you'll have to put up with it. That I have lots of different looks, because while it's growing, I don't really know what to do with all this, right? So now I'm going to tell you where you can find me. We're going to stay mostly on YouTube for big videos and for shorts that will be here on all the topics we just talked about. And besides that, on Instagram, you'll mostly find the shorts and a lot of the ones I was telling you about. The new types of posts I'm going to make with all the infographics, the charts, those are things that will be effective, fun and interesting. Besides that, there will still be Facebook, where I'll share pretty much the same things as on Instagram, with, in addition, other things that will be exclusive to Facebook, and I'll use it a bit like I used Facebook in its early days. More for the personal side, for family, for friends, for close ones. In any case, you'll find things there that are a bit more personal, a bit more intimate. Behind the scenes of the filming, the little bloopers, those are some funnier things, we'll see. And besides that, there will be the network where I wasn't really active until now, but where I'm going to post a bit more from now on. I'll be on LinkedIn, and there it'll be a bit more on the professional side. So if you don't necessarily feel like joking around, but you want to learn things, well, LinkedIn will be a bit more professional. There you go. And finally, nothing is certain yet, but I think I'm going to start on TikTok to make this time only short videos. I want to focus on science popularization there and discuss everything I mentioned earlier on the scientific side. Nature, gardening, knowledge of soil, plants, biodiversity, all that. There you go, now you know everything. For my return now, I will stop here. Making videos just to announce future videos is kind of lame, so that's it for now. I'm off to work on real videos. I'm glad to be back. I hope you are too. Share your thoughts in the comments. If you're excited about these new adventures, let me know if you have any ideas for them. In any case, thank you to everyone who is still here after my 2 months of absence, and we'll see each other again very, very, very soon for lots of new things. Bye, everyone.